Welcome to Moto State Podcast, where we talk about motorcycles, life, and everything in between.
Happens, not at any particular times, but usually it's a couple in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
This time of year, because it's let it warm up a little bit if it can warm up.
Right.
That doesn't always happen this time of year.
Right.
And today is 55, so
Well,
nice.
good for you. I mean, we hit a warming spike too. It was like I don't know, it was in the 20s today. Tomorrow's supposed to be like 35 and sunny. So
60 here tomorrow.
yeah, good for you. Yeah, we're at 27 right now, even at this time of night. So
That's actually pretty good, really.
Yeah,
especially for y'all.
yeah, there's a fog advisory, so we'll get that. Have you ever heard of hoarfrost?
I mean, I think you just got to take penicillin for it, right? And then it cures it right up. That's what I heard. I don't know. I don't know from experience.
It's just a type of frost that develops here in the wintertime whenever it's like foggy and it sticks to all the trees. Have you ever seen that before, where the whole like tree gets filled with frost and it looks like you like blew a snow machine on it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, and of course we get that here too because we get plenty of ice.
Sure.
So trees end up being pretty, then they fall down and your power goes out.
Right.
Well, this weekly weather update is brought to you by just kidding. I think, at one point I was like, I'm gonna go back and watch the first couple of minutes of every episode and see how many times we talk about the weather.
Yeah.
And I bet it's in the 90% range.
I would guess. Yeah, I think I mean, maybe it's everywhere, but I think talking about the weather is definitely a very Midwestern thing to do. You know what I mean? It's kind of like,
Ryan, we're just old white guys. We're going to talk about the fucking weather all the time. It's just how it works, man.
Shit.
Just
yeah.
what you do.
I think you got me there for sure.
Fuck a bunch of Midwest. We're just old. Whatever, man. That's how it works.
For sure.
I don't know. Whatever. It's 50 here, so that's pretty great. Tomorrow's 60. I know my boss doesn't listen to this. I'm sneaking out early and going for a ride before it gets dark tomorrow.
Yeah, you should. You should, man.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, my bike is safely tucked away and on the battery tender, so, there you go.
Yeah.
I am good. I made a mistake the last couple of years where I tried to buy like the fluid oil change kit. I tried to buy it like in the spring of the year, and they're always out of stock in the spring of the year.
Sure.
So I'm going to try to buy my kit this year in the middle of the year.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I thought
you
it
mean
was
middle
a better
of
idea.
winter?
Middle of winter, right? So that
those calendars are hard to understand. So.
Days of the week, calendars, hours in the day. It's
a Midwestern thing. It's fine.
It's all hard.
That's what she said.
I hope so.
Hey, welcome to the Moto State Podcast. Now, welcome everybody. The Deuces Are Wild, Season 2, Episode 2. 2 guys.
Wow.
One with a beard. Well, actually, one without. Oh well.
Yeah, it'll be another week, and you won't be able to say a one without a beard. I mean, if you see me up close right now, I have a very distinct 5 o'clock shadow. In another week, I'll have a full on beard. Another 2 weeks, you won't even know it happened.
You look like you got a porn stash right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, nice shirt.
I agree. It's my City Morgue Cycles work shirt.
Nice. That's awesome. Very cool. I saw that big old ugly dude at the swap meet yesterday here in the St. Louis metro area. He had tables full of stuff to sell. I hope he sold it all. I got there early, stayed like an hour and got out, but it was good to see Chris. Got to meet his dad. Saw Alicia. Peripheral Apparel was there.
I heard that he tried to make you a hell of a deal on a box of parts, and you said no.
It was like half a fender and a gas tank with holes in it or something. I don't know what it was.
Sportster. I heard it was Sportster takeoff parts.
I don't have a fucking Sportster, but he's trying to sell it to me.
Hey, you do have a Sportster. It's in your garage, right next to your touring bike. Isn't that what that other bike is? Isn't that a Sportster?
Yeah, it looks a lot like your Sportster too, asshole. Whatever.
That's
Um,
isn't that the thing that all the guys who don't know anything about motorcycles say? What kind of Sportster is that?
I haven't gotten Sportster. I've got a lot of Dyna. Oh,
Okay.
what year Dyna?
Yeah.
And I just, hey, where do you see a Dyna?
Yeah,
Because I sure as
year
fuck have.
zero. It's the year zero of Dyna.
One guy said to me, he worked at a Harley dealership. I was like, hey, what year Dyna? I was like, dude, you work at Harley. I would expect just a little bit more
Out of you.
than that. Yeah. Who else did I see there? So I don't know. I saw and someone I hope we can get on the show, Mikey from Nine Finger Fabrication. He was there. Some of the local stunt riders were there that I saw. But yeah, actually, funny story. My first swap meet ever. Never been to one.
You never been to a swap meet of any kind, or that was your first motorcycle swap meet?
First motorcycle swap meet.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a whole, those sissy bars that came on, like the Heritages, the Dynas, the FXR, square tube, and you could sometimes either had the inlay on the back to put a pad, or some of them you could interchange like different inserts. Harley made different inserts for it.
Back in the day, all the guys had giant gold eagles on the back of those things.
Right.
Yep.
You could do a Harley logo. There's all kinds of shit.
Yep.
Well, those things were, they were everywhere, and they were proud of them. I didn't see one priced less than $100.
Oh, sure.
Which, if you get on Marketplace, they're anywhere from $50 to $100. But if there was, I bet you money that there was 75 or 80 of those things for sale at this swap meet, if not more.
Okay.
And they were all expensive. Like, man, and none of them had the inserts. It was just that. Very
bar.
few had pads, just the bar. And I'm like, what the hell, y'all? I mean,
right.
I know chroming's hard to find nowadays, but calm your tits. This is getting out of control. So,
right. Well, they're coming back. That's why they're probably trying to get some money for them, is because everybody wants those. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the one modification that somebody did to my FXR before I bought it was, I've got the Live to Ride, Ride to Live golden eagle mirrors and gas cap and
nice.
primary cover. Right?
That's awesome.
And
please tell me you're gonna leave that.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with that. That stuff's gonna stay, right? I'm gonna polish that shit up so it shines like a motherfucker.
Yeah. That's right.
No, that
blind someone going down the road with them things.
Yeah, no, that shit's gonna stay. I mean, that's pure, like, 1980s nostalgia. So no, that's gonna stay for sure. Yeah. So,
well, I'm actually having you talking about them coming back into style. So I have one for my FXR. I'm going to have it powder coated black since there's no chrome on it. And I've got a couple different inserts. And then I've got the quick release setup that I need to install from Boosted Brad. But also I'm having one just like it made, but wider, the whole thing wider, to put on the back of the Street Glide. And since I've got multiple inserts, I'm going to put one of those inserts in and have it set up to do that. Because I don't have a sissy bar for the Street Glide. So if I need something back there, I have to put the tour pack on, and that's just a pain in the ass sometimes. I don't want to run that. So Kristen prefers some kind of backrest, rightfully so. So I'd rather have that and put a pad on it and be done. So
sure,
I'm pretty excited to see how it may turn out. But yeah, kind of an old school, new school version.
Sure.
Of that. So
are you having it made with square bar or round bar?
Square bar. I want it to look just like it, just bigger. That's all. Okay. I don't even know if it may be a little bit taller. We're gonna have to play around with that, but it'll definitely need to be wider just because to fit the aesthetics of the bike.
Right. Well, you could have it be wider at the base and then taper into a little bit more of a narrow pad.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It'll be narrower, it has to be a wider base regardless.
Right,
it's a wider bike, but the sissy bar itself will be a little bit more narrow to fit the flow of what it originally looked like, but the sissy bar will actually be wider than it is if you pulled it off an FXR or Dyna or Heritage or whatever, just to match the aesthetics of the Street Glide.
No, I gotcha. Cool.
I'm excited about that. That'll be fun. Good times. Well, speaking of old school, new school, today we're going to be talking about our predictions for the second release. I guess chapter 2 of the 2026 Harley Davidson lineup that
Yeah,
comes out on Wednesday.
yeah.
So,
Chapter 2, Part 2, whatever you want to say. So is it? It's oh yeah, it'll be this Wednesday. So
mhm.
that it's coming out, and um, yeah, I think why don't you give your why don't you give us the 50-cent tour of what you think we're gonna see? Because let's do this. Let's just reverse for 5 seconds and say
Mhm.
uh when the part 1 came out, it was no new bikes per se,
No,
right?
no
No,
bikes.
nothing,
Nope.
no redesigns, really no new bikes. There was a lot of paint and a lot of talk about the motor and that kind of stuff, but we didn't see any brand new bikes. We saw kind of that shifting or refinement of each lineup. We
Mhm.
saw the all of the um trikes get the new body style upgrades, right? But that's not a new bike.
Yes.
It's not. It's just the
Well,
redesign.
but they didn't release all the trikes, did they? I
I
can't
don't
remember.
remember if they did or not. I kind of feel like they might have, but maybe they didn't.
No, I don't think we have trikes yet. No.
Okay.
We just got new color schemes. We haven't, I would say more. We saw less bikes. It was more of a retraction
Yep.
than addition.
The
So
Road King
just
disappeared off of the 2026 model list.
yeah. So you have normal road glide, street glide came out when it comes to baggers. Those CVO and some of those are still to come out. We had
A limited came back.
well, we haven't seen it yet, but yes, and we'll be talking about that prediction. Let's see. So we had the Street Bob, we had the Lowrider S, the Heritage Classic, Fat Boy, the Breakout, and the Lowrider ST. Um, oops. And then I'm scrolling through it now. Didn't see a CVO Pan Am, although that may be unless they're saving that for chapter 2. We saw the 1250 special and the 1250 ST in the Pan America.
We saw
Um,
we did see probably my favorite color scheme in a super long time.
the Thunder Teal,
Yeah.
which is also Ryan's porn name,
Right.
and Thunder Teal and Black. Color scheme and the new color schemes on the STs as well, that blue denim and a few others. Also the Nightster Special Sportster S is still around, but no, I don't think we saw a breakout. So that looks like that may have disappeared. Not sure. Um, and then like I said, the Road King, no dice.
Yeah.
Don't see that at all. So, but I think we'll see maybe a couple new or revisited models in chapter 2, volume 2, season 2, whatever they call it. Um, so that, all right, so we'll close that chapter there. That's chapter 1. And I think I think our predictions were pretty good on that one.
Yeah,
Um,
not too bad.
so what's yet to come out really is just CVOs and baggers and trikes is in one of the Pan Americas. So let's see. And I'll start with just what I just mentioned, the Pan America 1250 Limited, which there was not a limited before, which based off just the shape. And, it's funny. I don't remember noticing this, back in October, but they're all covered. You can kind of see through the cover now. And maybe I missed that to begin with a couple months ago. But it looks like the Pan America 1250 Limited. It's got all the bags. Comes with all the tour pack and saddle bags. So when you think limited, I think it may just meet those type of aesthetics.
Right. It's really interesting. So I just opened up the bikes from the Harley app.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go under view the motorcycles, the Road Glide or the Road King Special is still listed, but it's listed as a 2025 bike year.
Mm-hmm.
So in the app right now, you can see the 2025 and 2026 bikes. and the Road King special is still on there, but it's listed as a 2025 bike year. There is no 2026 bike year listed.
Yep. So what else? So we've got the trikes, Road Glide 3, Street Glide 3. There wasn't a Street Glide 3 last year that I remember. So it looks like they're going to do call it actually a Street Glide, and then a CVO Street Glide 3 Limited. Interesting. I wonder what a limited trike will look like. I guess maybe lowers and a few other things.
I would guess it's just gonna have more bobbles on it, right? I mean, it's gonna have your
you know what? The Road Glide 3 had no tour pack. Street Glide 3 Limited has a tour pack.
There you
You
go.
can see from the outline. And then the CVO is just going to be CVO things.
Sure.
And you know, they probably got lowers, would be my guess too.
Right.
So that prediction, which is pretty easy because you can just see that line. So, but they're bringing the limited back. We didn't see those in 2025.
Right.
So Street Glide Limited, Road Glide Limited, CVO Street Glide, CVO Street Glide Limited, new. You know, obviously the CVO Street Glide Limited is back for the 26 model year. CVO Street Glide ST, that's new. That's totally new. There was only a Road Glide ST last year. That was the first year or second year of the ST Road Glide. Then you have a CVO Road Glide ST. So pretty interesting. So let's start with colors for the CVOs. You have any guesses? What are your predictions on what we'll see and how many? I mean, there's 2, sometimes there's 3 colors.
That's a really good question. My guess is you're going to see some type of panel paint job, just based on the two-tone colorway of the new bike. That to me is close to a panel paint job. I think your CVOs are going to have some type of panel paint job.
Okay.
That's and I'm probably completely wrong, right? But I don't know that you're going to see any like super stylized. You know what I mean? You're not going to see any of that. I don't know if you remember in the 90s, I think they had this, or not 90s, in the 2000s, they had the CVOs that had some of that tribal work paint colorways. I know that we saw some flame colorways. There was a couple of years ago, they had the honeycomb pattern Arctic Blast. But I think that you're kind of more tempered down paints are what's more popular right now. My guess is you're going to see CVOs in an 80s or 90s colorway and some sort of panel paint job. That's my prediction.
Okay. I'll agree on we may see some 80s, 90s colorways. I think you're going to see some kind of graphic that'll give you some nostalgia back to the 80s or 90s. Nothing over the top, but I think there'll be some kind of graphic.
Not like the giant screaming eagle they had on the side of it a few years ago.
There's one on the Road Glide ST from last year or the year before. You had the outline of an eagle.
Yeah.
But I hear you. I mean, I if you took the graphics or the flames from an FXR 3 or 4, that would be awesome. I don't see them doing that in a CVO. It's too big of a risk on a high price item. Yeah. But I think that would look really cool. But I think there's going to be some kind of graphic is my and whether that's the I mean, I don't know, CVO or the ST, one of the two is going to have some kind of graphic that's going to have a 80s 90s feel. Sure. Is my prediction. I don't know. I do, but that's my guess.
Okay, so 2026, the official calendar year of 2026 is it the 200 or 250th anniversary of America?
250.
250. You don't think there's going to be some sort of tribute, like Liberty tribute bike, do you?
That'd be cool.
I
Well,
mean, not an FXR, but some sort of a
you're not going to see it Wednesday. You're going to see it like May. You're going to see it
like
you're going to see it
release.
May. It comes out around Memorial Day with a big hit for right before 4th of July.
Okay.
If you're going to do that, that's your marketing right there.
Right. That's
what I think.
That just hit me. I was thinking this is an anniversary year of America, so maybe you're going to see something like that. Maybe that's a mid-year release this year for them. So what about new bikes? The actual new bikes, right? So the one bike that we know that they.
Oh wait, hold on. You know what they'll do?
What's that?
There'll be 1,776 of them made.
Ooh.
1776.
Yeah. I mean, that would be that's a hell of a marketing ploy if they do it. If they don't,
how do you not?
If they don't, you better hit up Luke and I because you heard it here first.
That's right. Yeah, we're gonna go make our own.
Trademark this motherfucker right now. It's trademark Moto Say Podcast. Harley, you can't use it unless you pay us.
Show me the money. I think it would be awesome. I think that'd be really cool. So I'm sorry, what were you saying? I interrupted you.
Oh, I was just going to say, okay, so like we really didn't see any new bikes, right? That for this
like a whole new model.
But we know there's a whole new model coming.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, minimum, right? What was it? The Sprint? Is that what it's called again? Or the Spirit? Yeah. Is it the Spirit or the Sprint?
Sprint.
Okay, so we know that's coming. We know that's going to be one of the bikes that's coming out.
Yes. Do you think there'll be more?
No, I don't. I don't think that we're going to see
Sprint.
I don't think that we're going to see any like new models other than that. I think you're going to see the rest of the model years bikes that we were supposed to see. I think you're going to see something with the Pan America, whether they do a different motor size or they're going to do something with the Pan America, I'm sure. There's a whole lineup of Pan Americas now, right? There's an ST, there's the standard model, there's a CVO.
No. CVO's gone.
This Pan America CVO's gone?
It's not listed.
For 26?
No, they've got...
Is it only a 25 model?
Apparently so. So they got the 1250 Special, the ST, and the Limited.
Okay. Yep, it's only a 25 model year on here. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but just based on the like little teaser videos you've seen on all the different areas on Instagram and whatever, right? You see them show a Pan America of some kind.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, back to the CVOs. I think, we talked about some graphics or whatever. I think it's going to be 2 color schemes, 3 at most. And that's easy to say because I think that's all they've ever offered. But right. I'm going to say two color schemes. At least one will have some kind of graphics. Will give you some nostalgia, love, feelings, give you that fuzzy feeling inside.
Sure.
But I agree with you. I think that the Sprint is the only new bike, stripped down $6,000 bike. I think that is, and I'll touch on that after we get done with our predictions. I think that is going to start a trend that we'll see for the next few years, of stripped down, cheaper motorcycles.
Okay.
Let's see what else. So we got the CVOs, and then, obviously just the regular Street Glide, Road Glide, and the Limiteds. I'm telling you right now, and I wore my Harley camo hoodie. There's going to be a Realtree Street Glide, Realtree camo Street Glide. It's going to be amazing.
No.
Yeah, and instead of an eagle outline like on that ST or CVO,
it's going to be a turkey.
It's going to be a fucking deer, man. Come on, it's going to be a deer. See some fucking antlers. It's going to be awesome.
No, that's not happening.
It's going to be like it's going to be like a mountain-esque scene on the saddlebags with some deer. Big old eagle flying above the mountains.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Well, that's the most un-American thing I've ever heard. You're getting bike number 0 of
Oh,
1776, buddy, because that's
boy.
bullshit. I'm telling you, just wait. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Nope.
It's gonna be amazing. No?
Mm-mm.
Bullshit.
So if they came out
on.
if they came out with the 1776 bikes in a tribute bike year, paint scheme, whatever, what's the most coveted one then? It's probably the 1776. It's probably not the number one this time, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I would say for me, 1 through 50 states,
Sure.
and then 1776.
Sure. Yep.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was thinking they could also do, like we were talking about camo, like you do some kind of like military
theme. I think that I don't know.
That's tough though. Like, so you do the 4 major branches, then the Coast Guard, and everyone else is pissed off. And
right.
I hear you. I can get muddy real quick, but
and you might not get backing from the United States government to be able to utilize any of their badging themes, whatever, right? So
actually, speaking of, it won't be 1 through 50, it'd be 1 through 51. Isn't Venezuela like a 51st state now? Sorry.
Yeah, I believe you're right about that.
Yeah. Shit, I mean, there may be more than 51 by the time this thing
could
airs.
be 52 once we take over Greenland too.
Oh yeah, that's right. I thought we were just gonna buy it.
Yeah, we're just gonna buy it.
What's the old Ron White skit? Like,
Yeah.
why don't we do this? Is years ago. I was 20 years ago or more. Buy Mexico and fix it up and flip it. Maybe that's what we're gonna do at Greenland.
Write a check for it.
Yeah, get rid of the old brass fixtures and put some nickel plate and marble down and
it'll all be gold and white, right?
That's right. That's right. It's gonna be great.
Oh fuck.
A lot of orange. Anyway, I digress.
Everybody there will get a free spray tan section.
Oh, that's great. Oh my gosh. Well, we went there.
Sure fucking did, didn't we? All right, so back to motorcycles.
So, I do think though, I don't think there'll be any. And Harley, I've never seen Harley do this. And I guess ours first time for everything. I think the colorways will be the same on the street glides, road glides, the limiteds. I think that what you'll see with them, they will have the same. Those fairings will be the same, but you'll see those fairings on the trikes.
Yep.
Now they've probably got rid of all those old fairings.
Yeah.
But I think the only thing I think difference besides color is you might see some upgraded technology on those. That would not surprise me.
Yeah, I think
and if not on those, at least it'll be on the CVOs and then work their way down to the standard models over the next couple of years.
Right.
But I think you'll see some improvement in tech somewhere.
Right. You will not see a Road King in this model year. I think this is going to be a gap year for the Road King. I'm going to make a bold prediction. The Road King is going to come back in 2027, and it's going to be redesigned with all of the new bags and features. And I think it's going to have a simplified gauge cluster, and we can talk about that next year. But the Road King special will be back. I don't believe that bike is going to go away. I think the heritage of that motorcycle is too deeply rooted into Harley-Davidson for it to completely go away.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to come back. I wouldn't surprise me if it's gone longer than that.
Oh,
I could be wrong.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So,
yeah.
So that's, I mean, in a nutshell, that's our predictions. And then obviously the sprint, we talked about that back in September, I think, August, September, whenever it was. That'll be a small displacement motor, simple gauge, and simple gauge like a Lowrider S or whatever. And
I hope that people don't, when we start seeing videos of that bike and test rides and all that kind of stuff, I really hope that people take into consideration the effort that's being made to produce a lesser expensive motorcycle. and what that is going to mean, right? You're not going to
Mhm.
see all of the high end things on that bike, right? I
Right.
mean, you're going to see plastic side covers, and I mean, it's just you're not going to see a lot of
I mean, shit, there's plastic side covers on the brand new
right,
tour
but I
glide
mean,
or street glides,
right,
and
but I mean, you're not going to see you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
it's going to be a very
it's
simplified
very
version.
plasticky.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, your hand controls are probably going to be very reminiscent of an import or a metric bike.
Well, yeah,
Um,
as we chatted about months ago, this is going to be a iteration of what they've got overseas,
oh, absolutely, absolutely.
so I mean, if anyone is pissed off and or surprised by that, wake up, get your
Hmm.
head out trash. I
My
mean, this
my
is a
guess would be
$6,000 bike.
right. My guess would be if they do it right, the bike will probably be quick, not fast, but quick. You know what I mean?
Yes, sure.
Because those smaller displacements typically are. I mean, if you remember the
Hmm.
old Kawasaki Ninjas, right? Those fucking 300s or whatever they were, those little bastards got up to 60 really fast.
Yep.
But they weren't going to do
And then they
150.
and then they topped out.
Yeah, exactly.
but
They weren't going to do 150 miles an hour, but they got to
but what
60
yeah,
real quick.
look what you paid for it, right?
Yeah.
No, I agree. I mean, I think it's going to be, and at the end of the day, you got to look at the big picture, as you said, the time and effort it takes to put into that. Um, and if they are just, if it's another iteration of something they have overseas, that's not taking the easy way out. Is if you want a $6,000 motorcycle or 59.99.99,
Mm-hmm.
they can't build it from scratch. They have
Right.
to base it off something they've already done. So and are doing. So there's going to be that, and just trying to keep that in the budget. And in the big picture, at the 100,000 foot level, this is also, I would like to think, an attempt to get more people not only buying motorcycles from Harley, but getting involved in riding.
Well, and it might become their trainer bike, right, at the Harley Academies, at some of the dealerships that still do that.
Sure.
I think you're going to see it. I think you're going to see it take off in Europe because they require all these different licenses based on the CC size of the motor of the bike that you're riding.
Right.
If you're going to
Well,
ride a street glide in the UK, you will have taken 4 different tests to get to that size bike with that
yeah.
size motor. At least 4.
Yeah. But I mean, these type of bikes were already over in India or wherever they are. I'm surprised they're not in the UK, the ones that are already out. But either way, I agree. This could be something that helps them globally, and it is not to diminish the quality of the brand or the bike, but it is a Walmart type approach. This is going it's going to there's going to be quality, but you, it's quantity of sales.
Right.
It's a thinner profit margin, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And you're looking for volume.
Hey, I mean, if you can get a $6,000 Harley, you could put some knobbies on it, and it could be your kick around bike on the farm, right? I mean, I think there's a lot of potential for something like this that we're not even thinking about right now, that we're not even digesting.
You're going to start seeing these are going to be your new pit bikes too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what are you paying for a Grom?
Right.
Go buy this thing.
Right. I mean, and you might see it at a Mama Tried event in the races, in the flat track races.
Yeah, Born Free Texas. You're going to haul that with your regular bike so you can ride around the campground, right?
Or maybe don't even bring your regular bike and just use this all the way around the campground.
So many people that do that.
Period.
Too, which whatever, dude. You're there to have a good time. Love it.
Right.
But that being said, with the Sprint and a stripped down motorcycle, I feel like this is going to be, and I can't take credit for this idea. That just talking to some people within the Harley world, that this is probably, and there's no, what they said was their opinion based off just what they've heard up through the, reading between the lines, what they've heard up through the flagpole, through the chain of command or whatever, but that you're going to start to see less options on some of these motorcycles and therefore less expensive motorcycles, so you can customize them the way you want to, and that you're going to have to probably go into the dealership and order those parts. As I think the goal is to get more foot traffic into those
back in the
dealerships.
dealerships, right,
Yep.
for all of your for your aftermarket, supplies and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a great idea, because the other thing I think it's going to do is it's going to breed a whole new revitalized aftermarket for Harley at the same time.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Because if
saying?
they're buying it new,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be limited on what aftermarket parts they can put on it to keep their warranty.
Mm-hmm.
Which does that mean they get a little more stringent with the warranty? Maybe,
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be the first motorcycle manufacturer to do that. But it's a way to give people exactly what they want. They get to choose.
Right.
The ball puts the ball in their court.
Right. I think they have to be real careful with what they say, because it's kind of like if you buy a I'm just going to use a car for an example. So you go to the Ford dealer and you buy a new F-150, and you put non-stock wheels and tires on that truck, and you have a problem with the truck with the windows rolling up and down. They're going to be required to fix those fucking windows. Just because you put tires on there doesn't mean that they are absolved from all warranty issues.
Correct. Now, I think how at a high level how that works, and there's a lot of consumer protection laws that are in place because things didn't always go that way.
Mm-hmm.
But if they came in for a suspension problem and the tires and wheels are beyond the size of what came
The
with it,
spec. Yep.
or the spec for it,
Yep.
then they don't have to cover that under warranty.
And I found that out too. So I was doing that with my truck. I was going to buy a size of tire that was one size larger than the tires I had on my truck,
Mm-hmm.
which you can do no problem, right? They fit on the stock hubs.
Yep.
Everything works just fine. But the when you go there, the tire stores and stuff are required to tell you that it could cause a malfunction with your brakes and your blah 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 blah
Sure.
blah. And
CYA statements.
right, they're required to tell you that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't it doesn't change anything. The only thing I've heard of is that it does kind of, obviously it affects your gas mileage, but it can affect your the calibration of your speedometer.
Oh, it absolutely does. It'll affect that. I mean, if you're putting bigger tires or bigger rims on it, it's more weight, so you're going to go through brakes faster.
Mm-hmm.
Suspension's going to weaken faster, and that's just part of it. I mean, the tires of my truck are much larger than what came with the factory, and I put a steering stabilizer on it and better shocks because that made it handle better too. So that's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think, and I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to paint the picture that Harley's going to be like, oh, well, if you want to do anything to your bike, you got to buy that shit from us. I'm
Right.
not suggesting that. It is, I think it's going to be a new strategy.
Yeah.
And I compare it to, for me, I can compare it to the banking world. In the early mid 2000s and beyond, by most of the early 2000s, mid 2000s, as internet banking became a thing where you could check your balances and transfer money, and then start even opening accounts online. It drove traffic away from the branch network of these banks and credit unions, and they were not able to cross-sell other products, whether that's, hey, let's open a savings account. Oh, you got kids? Let's do a kids account. Oh, you just changed jobs. We can help you roll over your 401k. What's your mortgage? Whatever financial services they can offer. They look, they're salespeople. They want to try to cross-sell their products, because at the end of the day, the more products you have with a financial institution or organization, the more likely you are to stay with them. They're sticky products.
Mm-hmm.
So as you are making it more convenient for people, they're not coming in the branch, and they were losing clients or customers that way, members that way, because it was easy to also open an account elsewhere and move over. And they weren't hearing about complaints. They weren't hearing about what was wrong and try to correct those things. So I'm sure there's, at a high level, it's the same principle with Harley. The
Yeah.
sales are, this will help sales.
Yep.
And therefore I hope, and hopefully the branch, give branches the notice, or dealerships the notice, and they start hiring up as well and staffing up for that, because
Yeah.
they're going to have to.
Yeah. Here's the deal. I correlate that time frame with when I think customer service in all industries took a giant fucking nosedive. Was right
Sure.
around the early 2000s, right? I just going through the line in the grocery store, going through the line in Target, Walmart, going through a drive-up line at a restaurant, they all took a giant nosedive around that time. And I mean, I'm the first person to admit, and I'm a Gen Xer, so I'm a little bit old, as you like to say in the very beginning of the podcast. Um, I grew up in a generation where when I got my first like job in customer service, like how you treat people and how you interact with people is one of the things that we were taught. And I think that those things have gone by the wayside. And
Mm-hmm.
because of that, we have become a lot more in tune with just making an online order, online purchase, because I'm just going to use McDonald's as an example. I would much rather order my meal on my McDonald's app on my phone, drive through the drive-through, tell them I have an online order and give them my name and drive up to the second window and pick up my food and drive away, than drive up to the order window and order through that little speaker box and have to repeat my order 7 times because the person behind can't remember that I ordered a Big Mac and a Coke and a fry, and then they make me repeat the same thing that I ordered 3 fucking times.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And so I'd much rather just put it in an online order and say, order for Ryan, and drive up to the window and have already paid and not have to go through the hassle of what's become an uncomfortable transaction. It's kind of like the same thing. I'd much rather go to a grocery store or Target and Walmart and check my own groceries out so I don't have to have those weird and uncomfortable conversations, because they're not taught how to have those conversations anymore, because they're not taught customer service and they're not taught how to engage with a stranger. And I don't want to have that uncomfortable transaction, and so I'd rather just check through my shit myself and bag it myself and go the fuck home.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, if you're a person that keeps receipts and you pump gas and say you got to go see attendant for receipt. Fuck it. I'm going, I'm out of here. I ain't going inside.
Yeah.
It's the same principle.
Yeah.
It's,
Yep.
There's nothing more, there's nothing more inconvenient for me is when I am traveling for work, have a rental car, have to get a receipt for gas, and I have to go inside because man, I never have to do this any other time. Damn it. But I agree with you. Yes. I mean, I think that everything's become so convenient. It's pushed people away on both sides, whether you're the employee or the customer. It's pushed you away from having those interactions. So people don't know. And now it's been going on long enough where there are people working for wherever, whether it's McDonald's, a gas station. I use those two just because we've used those as specific examples. Banks, credit unions, whatever, that have never had to get on the phone and order something, or look through a catalog and call someone and order something, or whatever or deal with the complaint face to face, because they are in their, I mean, based off the time frame we're given, they're in their mid-20s, and everything's always been convenient in their adult life and teenage life. They've paid at the pump. They've had an app for that. They've had Venmo or whatever. Like, they've never had those experiences, whether it's as a consumer or as the employee of XYZ company.
Right.
And I think that does not bode well, in my opinion, for customer service going forward. You think it took a shit in the early 2000s? I mean, I just think that unless there's some kind of second coming of Christ, I think it's going to be just as bad for a long time, if not worse.
Yep. Well, and I think what supports what you're saying is I would bet that, our our hog chapters are an aging population.
Uh,
I would bet that they've lost popularity in the last 10 years.
mhm.
And those people that were in those hog chapters were likely the kind of people that were a lot more frequent visitors of your dealerships, right? And I know
Oh
I
yeah.
know that dealerships rely very heavily on walk-in traffic for their motor clothes and for their jackets and gloves and all the accessories and whatever. And so by simplifying the bike, by making you go back to the dealership to get the accessories that you want on there, you have to make another trip, right? I mean, I'll tell you, like 3 years or 4 years ago, every time I walked into a new Harley dealership, I'd buy poker chips and a T-shirt,
Sure.
right? 2 years into that process, I was like, fuck this. I don't want to be a walking Harley-Davidson advertisement.
Sure.
And I stopped buying T-shirts, and I haven't bought a Harley
Yeah.
T-shirt in more than 2 years. But I buy poker
Same.
chips. I buy poker chips everywhere I go. You know, and
This is the first. I bought this a couple weeks ago. This first Harley thing I bought in
yeah,
apparel I bought in maybe 2 years, like you, or longer.
right. But I don't get me wrong. Like I wear motorcycle stuff every day, but
Mhm.
I would much rather wear a City Morgue cycle
Yes.
shirt or a,
Yes.
you know what I mean, or a XYZ brand, Thrash and Supply, whatever it is, right?
Well, what we wear every week, right? Most every week, right? Well, it's City Morgue, OG Moto,
right,
Tab, or
right,
Shifter Crew, whoever.
right.
Clearfield Apparel.
Yeah, I'd rather wear something like that than just be a walking Harley Davidson billboard. But I'm still going to go into a dealership I haven't seen before. I'm still going to walk in. I'm going to walk the aisles. I'm going to look at the bikes, and I'm going to buy a poker chip because
Yep.
and that's one thing I've done. I'll continue to do it from now until the time that I've either visited all the ones that I've visited, or and someday I'll get a display and I'll put them up and I'll hang it in my garage and I'll be like, these are all the places I've been, and that's pretty fucking cool.
Sure.
Um,
Absolutely.
but I'm not going to be a walking Harley billboard. There's been a lot. I shouldn't say a lot. There's been a few times when I've walked in and I've said, wow, I really like XYZ piece of motor cloth that they have there, but I just wish it didn't, that the whole front or the whole back wasn't covered with Harley's name. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Maybe make it a little bit smaller, a little bit more, discreet,
Well,
a little bit
they,
more nondescript.
18, 19, 2020, they did that for a little while there, for a season or two, a year or
Mm-hmm.
two, and they got away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to their credit, they went to some old school designs, and I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
They partnered with Dickies. I think that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Realtree camo, love that. But I mean, I've got a couple, like, 3-button, like Henley,
Mm-hmm.
type shirts, and a couple other things that just have this like small Harley logo, like maybe on the bottom
Mm-hmm.
or like here on the collar. Like you would never know it was Harley shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got a Harley jacket that just has one small patch right here. That's it.
Yeah.
And if you didn't notice that, you'd have never known it was a Harley jacket.
Yep.
And I love that, to have that option for people.
Yep.
I think that's something they're missing out on.
Yeah, a few years ago, they had almost like it was a really almost like an army green barn coat style that had a
Mhm.
really nondescript
Yeah.
logo on it.
Yes.
And that was a really cool jacket. I like that one a lot. I actually just bought like I just got it in the mail yesterday. I got a canvas style work coat from Dixon. That's fleece line. It has a fleece line hood.
Yeah.
Awesome coat. I just got it in the mail today. But again, just a small patch right on the front part that's black, just like the coat. And it says, it has like the Dixon workwear logo on it, but it's just, that's it on the whole coat. I think there's something on the hood too, but it's no different than a North Face or a Columbia or you know what I mean?
Mhm.
That kind of stuff, because that's what I like. Like I like it. I like it when your branding is a little bit more discreet, nondescript kind of, you know what I mean, situation. for these major companies. But if it's not, if it's a OG Moto, man, put the OG Moto as big as you want to, because that's, I feel differently about the smaller companies and that kind of stuff.
The smaller companies don't have the variety of apparel that Harley does either.
Correct.
So if it's a T-shirt like that, smaller company, yeah, put it out there. But then you look at peripheral apparel, right? Like then maybe a hat's got the big PA logo, but like the hoodies has a smaller one, right? So, but I back to what I was saying with Harley, I think that I think they need to have both, and because I think they're missing a good size segment, in my opinion, of people that want Harley gear, but not
right.
You know, at least I'm just thankful they've started making jeans that aren't, but have the bedazzled ass and all that too. So, you know, take that and run with it.
Yeah, terrible idea anyway, because no real rider wants to wear that shit and scratch up their bike because you have fucking bedazzled jeans on, right?
So, well, man, I mean, it just more things for your chain to hook on to with your wallet and all that.
Sake. But you know,
I always thought like all that stuff and like the extra holes in the back pockets were so you could put get back whips on your ass.
Do you think that's what that was for?
That's what I thought. Apparently, I'm wrong.
There is a functional reason for the wallet with the chain, and so when that fucking wallet falls out of your back pocket, it doesn't just go flying down the road. So I mean, there is a functional reason for that, right? But
I understand. That's just never been my look, so I'm gonna poke fun a little bit.
Dude. No, I was a wallet with a chain guy, like all the way through the early 2000s. So do you ever remember that? Do you ever remember that movie, Swingers?
I remember the name
with Vince Vaughn.
Yes, I don't. If I saw it, I don't remember it, but I know. I remember seeing the advertisement for it, I should say.
So that style, they really brought that like bowling shirt wallet with the chain.
Oh, sure.
They really brought like that style back, and you know, I rocked a wallet with a chain for a while.
I mean, kind of like a Nickelback video, music video is what you're saying. That's what I just heard. I just heard
maybe, yeah.
That's what I just heard.
Yeah, I mean,
that's amazing.
I hear you. I mean, but you know, go back in time a little bit, and you have you know, Metallica, they did the same thing, right?
Sure.
And then
my thought was like there was that one song by Nickelback, and they've got somewhere between 700 and 800,000 songs, but
that all sound the same.
They all sound the same, and God bless them. They made a lot of money.
They have.
But it was like something about want to be a rock star, and the music video had everybody under the sun that was popular at that time in it.
Yep.
And a lot of those people had the bowling shirt, the baggy jeans.
Yep.
I just remember Dale Earnhardt Jr. was wearing something similar with his blonde frosted tips or whatever. And,
you
know, the thin sunglasses, Oakleys or whatever. Oh,
yeah. And there was what was that? Offspring. I think they rocked the bowling shirts for a while.
Sure.
Who sang the song All Star? Smash Mouth. He was a big bowling shirt guy.
Holy shit, man. We are going down.
Going down memory lane.
There's a reason we didn't cover this shit in the music episode. Holy shit.
Hey, speaking of, I just have to mention this because we hit the music thing, but you heard that like one of the top five selling country songs out right now was completely created by AI.
It's one of the top 5?
Yeah.
I had heard there was a country song.
It's top 5, AI. Dude. It's completely, but if you listen to it, number one, it's a good song, right? I mean, it's got a hook. As soon as you hear it, you're stuck in it. But number two, you want to know why? Because it sounds like Chris Stapleton and Teddy Swims had a baby. And that's what he sounds like. Like
that's one hairy. That's one hairy motherfucker.
Right
there.
Right.
God
it's
bless.
hairy, and a beautiful voice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
God,
but that's
man.
So it's really very like country blues, right along. I mean, you hear it and you're like, this AI just basically musically generated a mashup of those two voices. So.
That's what we need for our intro for the podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Voice.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yep, totally.
That'd be awesome.
Yep.
All right, I'll work on that. It's gonna be great. Maybe each week we'll have a new voice. It'll be awesome.
Yeah. So, Well, there you go.
Well,
There are our bold predictions for the
bold
2026
predictions,
part 2
a recap of customer service over the last 25 years,
and bad music.
and some really shitty music like Smash Mouth, and Nickelback. Oh. And that fucking song's gonna be stuck in my head the rest of the night. Damn
Yeah.
it to hell.
Yeah. That one
Hell.
in Photograph. All I had to do was say that word. Now you got
Oh,
that song stuck in your head too.
I don't think I'm allowed to flip you off on air, but I really want to. I'll tell you that right now. God dang it. Well, folks, thanks for tuning in. Sorry for that last part. I know that I hope those songs are stuck in everyone's head. I'm not alone on that, because, Happy New Year. I love you. Don't forget, we've got a merch sale going on right now for another couple, 2.5 weeks. We got 20% off all merchandise, and by the time you hear this, hopefully our Mama Tried special edition shirt will be out on the merch store. Keep an eye out on social media and Discord for that coming out if it's not already. Patreon, we've got a sale going on right now too. We've got all that information will be on social media and on Discord. And if you have any questions around it, certainly shoot us a DM and we'll talk you through it. We appreciate everyone's support as always. Like we said, this shit ain't free, but we're so any support you can give, we greatly appreciate it, and we're looking forward because we're only at this point like 5 weeks away from Mama Tried. So we hope to see a bunch of y'all there and have a good time. And until then, or until next week, we hope you have a great week. Go listen to some Smash Mouth and Nickelback, and we'll see you Wednesday for our reactions on the new lineup release. See you guys.
Peace.